Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to start a new series that is DevOps. It's mainly focused on Azure DevOps, but I will talk about all the concepts related to DevOps and what exactly it is. I will also upload a couple of more videos on this series, so you can take a link of this entire playlist from description box, as well as the next video link also there in the description box, so you can take it from there and you can watch the entire series. So let's start with the DevOps, what exactly it is, how we will do. Initially I will go with the theoretical section, what is DevOps, how we can use it, and in parallel I will show you how we can implement it in the form of development or in the form of implementations in Azure. So the lab steps will be there, and I will show all these things, not only the theoretical concepts. So just keep watching it and do subscribe the channel also. So let's start on the DevOps, what exactly it is. So when we talk about the DevOps basically refers to the two words. The one is the development and another one is operations. So it's a combination of two words. The first one is development and the second one is operation. And when both things are correlated, so it will become a continuous journey, or it's known as a DevOps concept. So basically, if we talk about in the definition terms, so DevOps is a union of people who are working as a collaboration way, processes that assign for their specific activities, and the product that is delivered. So it's an continuous journey for all these three values: people, process, and the product that you have delivered. So this is for the end user delivery when you talk about. Okay, and once that's the entire process comes in the continuous journey, it will be known as a concept of DevOps. So how the cycle will go, let's quick look. Okay, so whenever you are running and trying to plan something, you plan, build, and it's in continuous integration in the case of deployment operation. Once you get the feedback, it will again go for the same cycle in the revert back structure. So it's basically we can talk about a concept that is ODA, that is observe, orient, decide, and act loop. So with the help of this, what we can do, we can continuously monitor the product, take the feedbacks, and accordingly build a upgraded solution or a version. So that will help for your competitors and the current market, fulfill the current market requirement or whatever the enhancements required in the same product. You will going to upgrade the same versions or adding the specific features. If we talk about a sample example, you can see the various mobile apps, and every day you can see the couple of updates are there in the same mobile apps. So it's a continuous journey. The people that they are fixing bugs, they are adding new features, they're enhancing the consoles and the feature as per the market requirement. Okay, now we are talking about this transformation teams. When we talk about the DevOps, there are a couple of concepts. So the first one is we are talking about the transformation of teams. When we talk about the transformation, like the changes or the challenges thing, so obviously it will comes in the form of procedural changes. It will come in the form of your applications and routine activity testings and everything that required. So the first thing when we talk about the teams or transformation, so we require a team that can work for the transformation, and that would be a big challenge once the availability of stuff like the people's and the if you're not going at the new organization, obviously you will face this issue. And with the existing organization, you need to first identify the staff availability members who can take it out time from their day-to-day routine activities or whatever the working in the projects. So you have to take them down out from them, and then you can use them in the transformation, the first part. The second thing is your current procedures and the processes that might be you have to change, because when you're going to involve something, then it will impact the routine structures. So it's that's why the people built a test environment and used to do the test and everything. But still, once you go in the prod live, obviously you will face the some challenges, because in the test environment you will not face a real challenges, or you will not get a real environment testing. So that's why sometimes the products get failed, sometimes products require some more testing in the real time, etc. Okay, and once you now how can you overcome with that? Then focus on your transformation, build your identify the people for their subject area specialist, and then you can use it as per your business requirement, or as per you can also involve the external members, or you may hire new members also once you are talking about a plan, because these are the DevOps concepts. As initially, if we talk about from the operational perspective, it will comes in the form of Agile, Kanban, and all these stuff. I'm not going to much deep in the Agile concepts or anything. I may create another series on the Agile and all. So, but here, what exactly? So, those concepts are also used in the uh, DevOps, especially for the operation prospects. So you have to then define their shared goals, because your team is working in the form of shared structure on the shared format for the DevOps transformations. You have to identify and specify the uh, goals, so that will fix your issues, like reduce the time spent on the bug fixing bugs by 60%, reduce the time spent on unplanned work by 70%, and the kind of thing. This is how you can define your project goals, how you are going to utilize your resources. After that, you have to set it up your timelines for your goal. When you are going to achieve the specific goal, how much time you need, or how much time you are going to spend for the specific activity. Could be some short time, some long term goals. Okay, now the best part is comes in the approach. There are two approaches that are most popular approaches: the greenfield and the brownfield project defined approach that we use mostly in the DevOps. So if we talk about the greenfield project will always appear, or from the starting point, or we can say it's from a blank state when we talk about a greenfield project. So in the case of greenfield project, you will be getting a benefit, like you are getting a blank space, or you are getting a you have to just start a project from initial stage. So you need not to worry about what exists in the previous environment. But sometime uh, it could be a challenging one, because something which you have designed and developed that is not comply with your organization policies. Suppose you are not allowed to use any environment that is hosted on a cloud, and you have built designed a solution that can be used to cloud. So these are the comes in the form of like challenges later on, or might be some policies get changed, so that may impact. But if we talk about the brownfield projects, basically the brownfield projects are based on your existing solution. Like you already have some codes, you already have some existing teams that are running an application and a software, and you are going to put some transformation in the same project. So you will be getting a benefit here, because you are already aware about the policy sections and the things what are already implemented, and you are going to implement new transformations on the based of existing environment, or based of existing solution. So both have their own benefits and their own drawbacks. The approach would be depend how your environment is and how you're going to implement the solution. Okay, when you're talking about choosing a greenfield or a brownfield projects, obviously it would be an easier as a starting point, because you don't have anything exist in this form of solution, and you are just whatever you are starting, it would be an achievement. But when you have a brownfield, you have always a comparison view, where you have an existing bag of codes, your based your team's effort, lot of things are there, and you have to prove something better which already exist. So these are the drawbacks, or sometime you will get an base structure also, so you need not to work more on brownfield projects because you have already a pre-structured environment and you have to just put some enhancement. But in case of greenfield, everything you have to build it from the scratch. Own benefits and own drawbacks. Okay, so when we are talking about the system records, let's move a couple of more topics and then I will show you how we can design the lab and the pre-environment for this. Okay, so when we are taking a system as a candidate for starting a DevOps transformation, so the two concepts will come. The first one is the system of record. Once we talk about basically the system of record is something it's mainly emphasized on accuracy as well as on security. So these are this will comes in the form of like slower or careful environment, and it will not involves like quickly, it not change rapidly. If we talk about the system of engagement, so that are basically used to resolve the problems and quickly implement it, or it could be quickly change something in your environment in the form of transformation. If you talk about a system of record like your banking system, so it won't get changed quickly. The system that used to deliver your or display your bank balance, manage your account banking system, so that won't go and frequently change the system bank because they will always believe on the truth or the structure what they already have until they will get a complete solution on the same, or a reliable another reliable solution on the same. But system of engagement can be possible, and it would be a frequently change system where something get like a dynamic website or a website that used to display the information, because sometime it's happen, it can get crash, it can impact the services also. So that's why it would be depend how you are taking a transformation to upward. Okay, now that we are talking about the agile development practices, yes, we have to consider the agile as a solution in DevOps solutions, because agile is one of the major platforms that used for operational purpose. Uh, if the person who has worked on a source system analysis and designing, if you have a computer science background, you may be aware about the waterfall model that is used in the software development. So yes, it's a consistent model and approach that have a couple of steps, feasibility study and all, and testing and then delivery. But here nowadays the agile approach is in implementation steps for operations, or if you talk about the development section, it's also for the project management perspective or from the perspective regarding management. The agile is one of the best approach currently in use. So it's basically emphasize on your adaptive planning as well as continuous improvement and delivery. So it could be a form of cycle that is continuous going on, and it's focused on the short-term outcome. It also divide your vertical teams, horizontal teams, and analysis, and you can distribute the workload accordingly to get it worked. It's basically focus on how you are going to get that work done. In the waterfall model, it's going on a step-by-step approach. So right nowadays, the agile approach is used mostly in the DevOps solutions or transformation if we talk about, because DevOps is nothing else, it's just as an continuous journey for your transformation that includes your development as well as uh, operation structure work together. Now we are talking about Azure DevOps. So in Azure DevOps, what we have and what are the components available to use Microsoft Azure DevOps. So it's basically a software as a service or SaaS based uh, platform that provides a Microsoft provided by Microsoft for end-to-end DevOps solution or deployment. What it can do, the first comfort is Azure boards through which you can do the plannings, work item tracking, and reporting structures. If we talk about Azure pipelines, it's a language platform that use the cloud agnostic platform with support for containers and Kubernetes, and then Azure Repos that is provides your cloud hosted Git repository, or you can store your data over there. Azure Artifacts that basically provides you an integrated package management for Python and Gets and any other public or private sources that you want to integrate it, and the Azure Test Plan that provides for your integrated planning and testing solution. So these are the couple of components that provide by Microsoft in the form of Azure Operations or in the form of Azure uh, transformation through DevOps. So here you can design the solution, and these are the couple of licensing that is provided by Microsoft. Here you can see for the open source projects, these are free of cost. Small teams projects, it's also a free, but you have it up to 5 users. You whatever the things you will be getting. These are the plans that you can take it from Microsoft. And yes, if you have a large time of teams, you can use uh, 30 USD per month plan, and that have an unlimited number of team size that you can take it from Microsoft to implement it. Not this, you can also use the Zira and other solutions. So that can be integrated with this or can be used here. I will show you all these things, how we can take it out, how we can use it. So let's quickly move and see the solution, uh, how we can develop an DevOps based solution with Microsoft Azure. There's a site that is Azure DevOps demo generator at azurewebsite.net. I will copy this link in description box so you can take it from there and you can open this link. What I'm going to do, I am going to show you how we can generate a demo solution through Azure DevOps and how we can use the various project management planning and how we can implement it DevOps concepts in this lab as well as in couple of next upcoming labs. So let's start on the lab part, how we can go and check it out. Okay, so just click on sign in and sign in with your Microsoft ID. Currently my account is there where it's already logged. So let me Spear Learning and then my ID country. Let me change it to India. Let's continue. It will take a couple of minutes and it will show. You must have to use your Microsoft account. Could be any Outlook, Hotmail account, or if any Gmail account is turned into a Microsoft account, that is also fine. So that will give some display and just as permissions for acceptance. So whatever the things are available. So let me quickly accept it and continue. So it's saying it's currently I have not created any organization, so it's not giving me here. I need to first create an organization. Here you can see the organization could not be. Please check and logged in with the ID that have an credential. So let me just quickly go back and on the same page and create an organization from here for my DevOps. Now just create an organization. Okay, let's continue. Now it's asking me to give the name of my organization. So let me just quickly Central US location. I can choose India or any other locations. It's an Azure data center locations that it was asking. Okay. So now my organization is created. Let me just quickly go back at the same generated page and check it out if it is there or not. Quickly sign in and okay. So now the organization name is there. First I can see the various templates are there, like these are the Smart Hotel 360. So let me quickly click on choose template and I'm going to take a parts unlimited. It's basically agile data and AI and it's basically a Scrum based template. So let me quickly take it this one and I need to put a new project name here. The name can be as per your requirement. Whatever you want to put, you can choose your name or a template name, anything. So let me just quickly type it. SPL test project and click on the create project. So it will take a couple of minutes to create this project solution. Once it's created, then I will copy this or clone it to our on-premises Visual Studio also. So further, if I want to integrate both, I can use the same. And then I will show you a couple of other labs also. Let's so that waits for a couple of minutes and let's get it completed. Okay, so now it's done. You can see all the steps are there and it's congratulations. Your project is successfully provisioned. Just click on navigate to project. Okay, so my SPL test project is created in the DevOps. It just as in based on existing template. If I want, I can also use a blank project to create it here. But the benefit is that I will be getting a couple of things as pre-configured here in this template. Otherwise, you can for your solution you can use a complete independent blank projects also. Let me quickly create an clone for this repository at my on-premises Visual Studio also. So let's click on repos and then click on clone. It is not mandatory for you to do. It's just a thing which I am doing it because later on might be in some lab I will use Visual Studio to show a couple of things or a couple of developments. So let's just clone it. Click on this and then I will be option here the Visual Studio code and clone is Visual Studio, clone in Visual Studio. Let me just quickly, it's allow open web protocol handler. Okay. So it's taking also a couple of more minutes and yes, ask for the signing in and all. Take a couple of more minutes and it will be get cloned. So we will start it from here and okay, now it's asking for the local path where it's going to store and this is my project which is created. So guys, let's stop it here. In the meantime, it get cloned and everything. And I will be back in the next video. The link for the next video is in the description box. So you can take it the next video link from there. And in that, I will show you how we can plan this project, how we can design some agile concept based project, like how we can create a teams here and how we can pull all those things. So let pull request and all. So I will show you all these stuff in the next video. You can take the link from there and keep watching this channel. Do subscribe it.